Last time on the Adventures of Gaia. With a full evening of shows planned, Aurora, Letty, and Ruja ventured into Trade Town to rally patrons, and Letty discovered her talents as a performer. As the show begins, Riva has a run-in with an inebriated Royd, and Aurora is informed that Magnus is missing, and she must perform an act on the main stage in his place.
Okay, I face the twins.
Okay, they smile at you. They say, Aurora, we do not know where this Magnus is. You're going to have to take his act.
What?
Just prepare yourself, quickly. They smile.
Okay, I don't...
They say, prepare over here.
Magnus, where are you?
Behind the stage. Okay, they usher you to where all the other acts are. You see Royd's out there getting ready. All right, you want illusions? I'll give you f***ing illusions.
No, I stay clear of that guy.
Yeah, he reeks. Okay, you're a little worried.
Where's Magnus?
Nobody knows.
What a butt.
All right.
That's the descriptor.
Okay, Aristodemos smiles at you. And he does his top hat. And then he walks out of the curtains. Okay, you hear da-da-da-da-da. Everyone's clapping. Yeah. You can hear the clapping out there. All right, Aristodemos comes out and says, ladies and gentlemen, androgynes and robot friends, welcome to the Aristodemos Fantastical Circus. Everyone's like going, they're all clapping. It says, tonight, we have a performance for you that is so amazing, so death-defying, so incredible that you will talk of it for years to come until we return and give you another one. He smiles. Everyone laughs. Okay. He's talking a little bit about the acts and what'll be going on. Okay, Aurora, you're back there freaking out.
Act. Ooh, running away is an act. Okay.
Casey Royd, step up. Time to give Aristodemos his stupid... Okay, he starts casting.
Okay, watch him. Maybe he's got an idea.
He ducks his head and goes... Then his eyes roll over in his sockets. And he goes... Woo. See all this lightning and magic comes out. And there'll be chills. And there's like crashing oceans and lightning. And there'll be spills. You see... And we will go to strange lands. It's Aristodemos is flying through this... landscape of buildings with lights. It could very well be Eager, actually. It looked very similar to that. And there's all these kind of speeders going flying by him. He's like flying through them. The crowd's going, oh. The Outer Rims people find it quite amazing because they've probably never seen the core. And the grandeur of the huge cityscapes with glistening lights all over the place. We'll find treasures. You see, so Aristodemos is swimming through a sea, and you see there's a giant animal thing with pearly kind of shells, and it opens up, and there's a giant kind of white kind of glistening ball in there. It kind of sparkles. Aristodemos picks it up, and he tosses it up and says, and then we will hear the tales of Gaia. And then the pearl flies up and kind of becomes like the moon in the sky, and you see he's standing in a desert. You see there's people fighting with guns in the background, kind of like really John Woo style, out of character, obviously, or very like they're jumping with their guns and like shooting like this, and it's all very slow motion. They're all moving in slow motion. Bullets are kind of just going slowly past Aristodemos as he walks. He goes, he moves one out of the way, keeps going. The illusion is quite amazing, and it's all Royd. He's sitting there, he's casting. Cue the bullets. And we'll get some treasures. Even though he is 2 sheets to the wind, the illusion is pretty impressive, and it doesn't take a lot of his energies. Aurora, knowing something about spellcasting, you are fairly impressed.
Ooh, maybe he could do something to make me look good.
Maybe.
Good luck asking.
Yeah. See what happens when you ask. All right, Riva, you're watching this. You see the merchant that Letty was talking with earlier has positioned himself with his guards front and center, kind of at the your left, but it's the right. It's stage right, and he's sitting there. And you see across the way Letty and Ruja, very close to you, are talking, kind of flirting and one smiling and winking with patrons as they watch Aristodemos. Aristodemos goes into one of his beginning stories. It's a story of the mystical land of Kare, and it's a kind of a jungle thing with a ziggurat, and you're down to the part where the adventurers meet Kare. You're dun 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 dun. You know, it's like ooh, 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 ah, 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 kind of weird hairy creatures swinging in the trees. And Aristodemos goes, and then they looked upon the magical Kare, who no one has seen for megacycles. And everyone goes, ooh, ooh. Okay, you see, and there's this giant snake on top of the ziggurat. It's huge. It's among us. It crushes the stone. The stones fall. Royd's going, he's eating a sandwich. He's just casting with one hand. No. Hey, pass him the beer. Okay, Aristodemos goes, ooh, dodges out. He pulls a sword out of the cane. Says, he's never met a swordman like me. He winks at a girl. They go, ooh, the girl faints. Okay, the snake rears up and starts biting at him. He goes, ting, ting, ting. He just kind of, he's like, he's got one hand back, just fencing, like, ting, ting, ting. How it blocks it, like it's not even difficult. Ting, ting. He pulls in an apple. Ting, ting. Takes a bite. Ting, 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 ting. Then the snake curls him up. He goes, oh! He drops both the sword and the apple. He gets raised up in the air. Royd put the sandwich down, turns and looks. Gets his other hand up. He gets a little kind of look on his face. You see the snake goes, starts constricting Aristodemos. He goes, but I'll get. He coughs. Oh. Ruja, something is wrong.
I will cast Entropy on Aristodemos and tell Letty to go distract Royd.
All right.
I'm standing beside him, right, Royd?
Yep, you are. Yeah. Royd's smiling.
Letty's standing right next to me. So yeah.
Is it obvious he's? Well, I know, so I guess it is. I don't have to
Aristodemos goes. He smiles and goes. Tries to push himself out of the snake.
So for extra P, that's a 32. That's a success.
Okay. How do you play it?
I'll sing a song to him.
Okay, Ruja, you jump up. You jump on the side of the. There's like a fence. You balance yourself on it.
My hero, please take my power and defeat the snake.
Okay, the crowd goes, oh. Okay, suddenly the one of the rough hands who works the lights goes, oh, I didn't get this in the notes. He turns and turns it on you. Mm-hmm. Okay, Aristodemos turns and looks. He smiles at you. He goes, oh, my dear, help me. The ravishing Ruja. Everyone claps. Oh.
Yeah, and then I'll just sing a little ditty for him. Okay. And cast the extra P per AE spend.
For 1 point of AE, you heal for 10 points. So if you want to spend 10 AE, you heal 100 points.
I'll go ahead and spend that 10 AE just to give him as much as I can.
Okay. It takes some of your empathy, some of your actual caring about people to do it, but that's where healing comes from in Gaia. You can do it, and the sparkles go, the white light goes out of your hand and hits Aristodemos. He gets even handsomer somehow. His hairs go back perfectly in place. He suddenly kind of coughs. He goes, uses his strength to kind of Gaston-like push himself out of the snake. Royd goes, rolls his eyes. He mutters something unbecoming of a woman.
He's a woman?
Unbecoming of a man to say about a woman.
Oh.
Okay, Letty, you're going through the crowd. You're going. Okay, you get back there where Royd is. You see Aurora's standing there with that look on her face. She's biting her lip. She's not really sure.
I was going to do something, but the moment's passed. So.
You can do it.
Well, he stopped, right?
He's still. Aristodemos is still in the snake, but he now looks like he can finally talk. But what were you going to do?
I was going to cast anti-sorcery field on Royd.
Oh. And
then take over, but it's fine if everybody's
okay. You're getting ready to cast something. What's your PR?
118.
Okay, you're very obviously the 118 PR. You're very smart. The thought does occur. You, as powerful a spellcaster you are, and as powerful a spellcaster you feel you used to be, your illusions are nowhere near Royd's level. Royd can cast complete reality. Like he can reshape reality to what he wants. Not only does most illusions are just a light. His illusions have sound, they have weight, they can touch things. His illusions are like next level, and you currently don't know how to do that.
Okay.
So you stop for a second, but then Ruja jumps up. You realize the circus is all working well together. Aristodemos doesn't even move. The crowd doesn't even notice. Like, Aristodemos just kind of turns over and smiles and winks at Ruja, and she jumped up like in a split second when she noticed something was wrong and cast this at him. And the crowd's like, oh, this is the best thing they've seen ever. They're all clapping. Some are like, woo, cast it on me, woo. Okay, lady, you get back there. Okay, you see Royd's going, rolls his eyes. He mumbles something. You can roll, both of you roll hearing.
I make it.
You could have sworn you heard him mumble something about "I'll get you next time" or something next time, Aristodemos, or some kind of veiled threat. Okay, he doesn't. Roy doesn't notice either of you though. He's got his attention now on. He's like, okay. Kind of rolls his eyes and does something, and say the snake kind of uncoils, and Aristodemos kind of jumps out. He kind of flies out into the night sky, very kind of like Matrix style. Everything kind of slows down. And he goes, abracadabra! He shoots a lightning bolt out of his hand, and the snake kind of disappears. So much for Kare, he says. She lands. They go, ah! One person goes, that's not what Kare looks like. Oh, shut up! It's fun. Ah! Okay. All right, Ruja, Aristodemos looks and kind of winks at you.
All right, she'll wink back and go back to scouting the crowd.
Yeah, you go back. They're like, oh, wow, how'd you do that? Oh, wow. Like, oh.
It is all part of the show.
Okay, the pickpockets come from behind. Whoop, one. Whoop, 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 whoop. All the purses are gone. They're like, it worked out pretty good. You're like, oh, okay. So did I give you a plus for doing that already?
No.
Okay, well, then +3.
Okay, I'll put it in my effective empathy.
There you go.
There you go.
And remember, these pluses go on your permanent stats. Remember that. Right. You're carrying a little bit more. You're feeling like maybe you could work at a higher level. You've been kind of, off doing your act, but you've been there a long time. Maybe you could help out with the acts a little bit more, you're feeling. If you so desire. That's what your empathy says.
Yep.
Okay, Aristodemos ends his act. And, he says, and next, you're... Okay, out from another side tent, you see Turk and Cozy come driving up. Turks say they're talking about something. But I didn't even we'll talk about it after Cozy. After. Okay, they put their helmets on. And now you know him. You love him. He's won many races here across Gaia. All the girls go, oh, it's time. It's time for Petco, Ozturk, and Cozy. Okay, here. Okay. You see Turk and Cozy go they go driving out. Aristodemos comes back. He takes off his hat. He kind of dusts himself off. He doesn't even look at Royd. Royd kind of looks over kind of like this. And they can have a moment there. Turk and Cozy are on the runway. Ruja, something again is wrong. The metal ball, Royd is supposed to conjure his metal ball, his sphere, for Turk and Cozy to drive in, at least for a time period, before they come out under illusion, and then Royd makes the illusion of them driving at light speed. Mm-hmm. Royd hasn't conjured the ball yet. Okay, Turk and Cozy come up. You see Turk notices something's wrong. He takes his helmet off. He says, well, hello, crowd. He waves. They go, oh. So let me tell you a story. So one time when I was, driving and stuff, he looks at Cozy. People are kind of looking around. Says, I drove my bike real fast and I won the race. That was great. Cozy's like, because she's getting more and more nervous. Aristodemos looks at Royd. Royd's like,
Is he really drunk?
Yeah, it looks like the drugs and alcohol he's taken have really hitting him hard now at this point.
I'll throw extra P onto Royd to try and heal the drunkenness.
Sadly, he's behind stage and you're out front. You can't even see him. Who can see him right now is Letty and Aurora. Aristodemos is just standing there looking at him with not a very impressed look on his face.
Oh, I know what I could do. I know. Does telepathy work on people that are 3 sheets to the wind?
Sure. He'll probably have a minus.
He was downgraded to 2.
He is now officially at 3 sheets. The drugs have just kicked in.
Oh my god, this is awful. This is so awful.
He's got a very powerful mind, because he's a very powerful spellcaster, but at the same time, he's 3 sheets to the wind, so he'll have a minus.
Okay, is it possible I could try and make him sober? I'm happy. Happy sober.
You could try and change his emotions, but that's probably not going to help his spellcasting.
Yeah.
You could give him the idea to do the show.
To put on a really good show and make lots of money.
Sure, you could try. You could try to send that telepathically to his brain. Okay, roll.
I'm gonna try that. Okay.
That's a critical. Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, you go. You start thinking with your head. Your eyes go in their sockets. Okay, he's going. His eyes go and they stop. He goes. He looks at you. Right. Show. He goes. She casts the ball. Goes. Kind of erupts. And then my friend. Well, he made a force field, and then the ship was coming right behind us, and then he made the force field like a ram scoop, and the ship hit it and exploded, and that's how we won that time. Cozy, you have anything you want to say? Okay, and suddenly the ball shows up. He goes, "Oh, thank God!" He puts his helmet on. He pulls his speeder up. Goes, he drives in. Cozy goes full of adrenaline because she was nervous. She drives in. Now let's see. Under adrenaline, can they pilot? 13, that's a critical for Turk. Many times over. 67, that's a critical for Cozy. Okay, they start driving around. They're going around. People are going, oh, okay. Now they're clapping. They're like, oh, great, okay, yay, okay. Okay, Ruja, you're like, geez, you don't know what the hell's going on, but tonight is a little clunky. You hope Aurora's ending act is good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. She said she thought about it.
Okay, Aristodemos.
All my partners aren't here.
Aristodemos goes up to his. He's got his mirror with like all the lights around it. He walks up again. He puts on the top hat. He starts changing his overcoat. His little helper comes up, changes another coat. He puts something else on. It's got like paisley on it. It's all purple with gold paisley. He does it up. He does a new tie up. Okay, Royd's going pretty good, boss? Doing pretty good? Aristodemos doesn't say anything to him. Okay, they're going, and now comes the time when they're supposed to be going light speed, and so they go, and Roy goes, casts, and he makes them invisible, and they come driving in, they pull, they pull stops, and Roy goes, and then the ball goes floating up. It's like kind of lights are coming out of it. You all ready for this? He's doing this thing, and Red's going, pretty good, hey guys. Turk takes off his helmet, he gets up, Cozy puts her hand on him, goes, shakes her head. Aristodemos goes over, he says something to them.
This show is awesome. I'm in the crowd, right?
Yeah, it's going great. Yeah. Like, woohoo, it's fantastic. Okay, the one merchant's got up. The big rich merchant got up. He's leaving with his men.
Oh, in the middle of the show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not entertaining enough anymore.
Then can I convince them to stay?
You could try. You have to kind of run around this side of the circus and get to them, but you could try.
Can I just cast from here? Or do I need to like get up and
you
them?
may, but they are a good 30 meters away, a good 100 feet. So that'd be quite the minus to try it.
Okay, rather than try and push through the crowd, I guess I'll just let it go for now, because I'm not exactly sure what my job is to help Aristodemos, right?
He was inspecific as to how exactly.
No, not at all. I'm waiting for my cue. I'm waiting.
He seems to like to be mysterious. Okay, some of the contortionists are like bending in front of them and like, oh, why don't you stay? And he goes, pfft. Okay, the guards kind of move up. Okay, you see the female guard kind of come up. The illusionist is kind of there, and be like, "Oh, why don't you stay?" You can't hear what they're saying, Riva or Ruja. But then the male guard goes to push one and goes, zoop, he disappears. The merchant and the female guard kind of look like, what just happened? Pretty much nobody else noticed.
Okay.
You're like, I guess that rumor about Trade Town and violence is true. Okay, the merchant and the female guard file out really quickly.
Oh no. Wait, I want to chase after them. I have a good speed. Let me just check.
I don't know if you would notice that because you're backstage currently.
Oh, I'm with the drunk.
Yep.
Happy dude.
Yeah. Oh, so happy, disgruntled worker. No, sadly, you didn't notice that.
Damn it.
Okay. Turk looks at Cozy with it kind of like puts his helmet on. He says, "Are you ready?" She says, "Always." He puts his helmet on. She puts her on. They go. Woo, they drive out. Roy goes, "Gotcha, boss. No problem." He turns them invisible. They go. Woo, they drive back in, and then he goes. And the things kind of sparkle for a bit. He goes, and then the ball goes, and they're driving around, and they spin down until they're like, ta-da! The crowd's like, the crowd doesn't really seem to notice. Ruja, from performing for years, you know that unless someone really screws up, the crowd doesn't notice at all. And if you don't say anything, it's even less likely the crowd's going to notice. So the circus is pretty good at going along with mistakes, which rarely happen, but they know how to go along with mistakes.
Apparently a lot tonight, though.
Apparently tonight's a weird night.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet.
Okay. All right. Aristodemos walks up to you, Aurora. Says, "So, are you ready for your final act?"
I don't know where Magnus is.
He says, "Oh, you don't need him."
And Dose was good. The other idea.
He says, "Yeah, Dose is doing something for me." He says, "You'll be fine. Conjure some of your beasts. It'll be beautiful." Royd here, he looks. Royd goes, "Yeah, boss. Yeah, all ready to go."
I don't want him to be cast near me. He's not, I don't want to get squished.
Aristodemos leans in and he says, "Not a hair on your head will be hurt in any way." He looks at Royd. Royd goes, "Mm-hmm."
I don't trust this Roy, dude. Okay.
But you trust Aristodemos.
He says, "You'll do fine."
Pretty sexy.
Okay, Aristodemos gets his cane. He walks out.
Oh, dear.
Ba, 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 ba. Says, everyone's clapping. All right, now for our final act. This act is a favorite of mine and has been for many years.
Oh, he's a liar.
You're in a circus.
Welcome to the circus. This next act is put on by one of the most beautiful women of all of Gaia. A woman so special that Gaia herself raises to be part of her embrace.
Who the heck's going out?
You will be amazed by the strange creatures she can conjure. Both beautiful and macabre. It is the beautiful and wonderful Aurora.
Crap balls. Okay. Okay.
That's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend.
Actually, okay, he turns. And, okay, he turns.
Okay.
And he motions, he goes, "It's okay."
Okay, I want to use stat boost right before I go out to my MR. Rolled a 69. Because Aristodemos is around. I'm going to put, it's 1 for 1, so I'm going to put...
So stat boost is a spell that allows you to take points off one stat and put it on another one, 1 for 1.
I'm only going to care about myself right now. And I'm putting like 150 AE on my MR.
Wow, okay.
Okay, I've got this. That Magnus.
Okay, you suddenly...
He's going to get it.
Yeah, you're like... You feel very uncaring. You see a vision of yourself casting magic at him, whoosh, and blowing his arm off.
It's right.
You flash back.
He left me hooped. Okay. Okay, I step up. Try to be cool.
Okay, you come out.
I have nothing to say. Just like sure. Oh, I got a critical on my constructs. I'm going to summon a full swarm, and I'm going to control them.
Okay. You go, you hold your hands up, and all this energy goes. All these robots start piling in. You see, they start flying around, start scanning things. And it's this weird circus and chorus of robotic animals kind of going flying around like this.
Can I make them make like a song with their beep beeps and beeps?
Yeah, they're kind of going like it's like some kind of synthesized music. People are like, oh, it's very impressive. It's a scope and grandeur of it.
Pay no attention to the chick behind the bots.
Okay, you're kind of casting, and all this energy goes around you. And then all of a sudden, you see there's a puff of smoke and some energy goes in the middle. The robots go kind of fly around like this. And you see there's a figure in a huge robe.
Oh goodness, like a company like...
No, you look underneath and you see it looks like Magnus in the robe. He smiles. He says, I got it. He whispers at you.
You're a jerk.
He goes, I'm sorry. Here, listen.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we see all this kind of energy starts building around him and around the robots, and it looks like he's kind of part of the act somehow. The robots are kind of floating around. They kind of come down at him and come back out because they're feeling your emotions like this.
They might attack him. They don't.
Magnus's plan did not account for you losing 150 points of empathy.
Uh-huh.
What does... it's a role-playing game. What does Aurora do? He goes,
I'm still okay.
I'm sorry, but I've got something. I found it in the library. Do you trust me?
I go, okay, but I put my back to him.
You feel certain feels regarding Magnus, and you're very, very angry, and you don't have any empathy right now at all.
I actually am at 47.
Oh, okay, you're still about as empathic as the average person. Instead of being uberly, motherly empathic, now you're just as empathic as the average person. All right. You're like, you'll give him a shot. All right. He starts to speak. His voice kind of rains out. And it kind of amplifies. And you see Royd's casting back there, and he stops. He's like, I'm not doing any of this. What the hell? What is this newcomer doing? Okay, Magnus says, once upon the end of time, heed my words, the words that rhyme. Okay, you see all these kind of little different kind of vegetation and different kind of lands and islands and things start floating around. He says, places gone, places be. Place called Gaia for you and me. Cleft many to her breast, afraid to let go. Blessing with love, ever the flow. He smiles at you, Aurora. And then suddenly things go dark. You see there's like sounds of fighting. You see guys with guns are kind of running around, like paired guns and shooting sides. And you see there's guardian tanks and things. The illusion is pretty impressive. Not quite as impressive as Royd's, but still pretty impressive. It doesn't have any weight. They're like holograms, like we're passing through things, but it's still pretty impressive. He continues, he says, but then a hatred spread across the land. Villainous technology. Curse of man. The outlaws swore to bring the fight. 'Twas Eve who fought to save her plight. Okay, you see the Guardians are led by a blonde woman who was flowing kind of magic. She has white and pink magic that looks almost exactly like Aurora's, actually. And she's casting spells that looks like exactly the same kind of constructs are coming out and fighting against the outlaws who are shooting. The two main outlaws are a young man with brown hair and green eyes. Very handsome. He's wearing kind of a purple nanotech kind of almost skin tight kind of armor. He's shooting two kind of plasma guns. He's fighting with a beautiful woman with her hair pulled back, and she's got all these kind of constructed robots that don't look contiguous and smooth and futuristic like the robots that Eve or Aurora summoned, but look like they're constructed like that crazy cat lady's robots, but better. They're flying around and shooting stuff. Magnus continues. He says, you see a dark figure come up and start whispering to them. He says, wily shifter sought to persuade, but none took heed the wisdom they bade. And where Eve went, none can know. See, Eve disappears. But the second Praetor held them low. You see the bald Praetor kind of looms in the background. Okay, this Praetor shows up. His big ugly face kind of hovers in front of everyone like this. The crowd goes, ooh, some boo, some go, ah, some goes, hail the Praetor.
Ruja will mark the ones that said hail the Praetor because she knows they're easy marks.
All right, +2.
idea.
Okay, Magnus continues. He says, force the breeders to follow his way. But the Dark One it was to save the day. Lily and Jack. He motions to the handsome couple, the girl with brown hair pulled in a ponytail with her creatures, and the young man with dark hair and green eyes in the purple kind of futuristic suit. Lily and Jack, to power they came, seeking the reason, playing the game. But humans' greed or humans' plight, dark Phoebe came to steal their light. Jealous Phoebe, lover scorned, conspired to steal their baby born. You hear like the sounds of what you think are like someone giving birth, and then a baby crying, and then screaming, and this dark woman comes over and kind of makes everything all black. Gaia grew dark, Magnus continues. Slaves in the night. The angels of justice, but fire their light. Okay, the huge orange phoenix goes over the darkness and makes everything perfectly quiet. And there's just the constructs floating around. Magnus continues. He says, and here we come to the end of our tale, the end of the end, the beginning of fail. Now Lily and Jack find the pilot must, or all of Gaia, turn to dust. And as he says, turn to dust, all of the constructs and all of the illusions and everything, and even Magnus and Aurora just go turn to dust and all fall to the ground. And then this big cloud of dust comes up with all these sparkles, and they're all gone.
Dawn gone?
Well, no, they're backstage. Okay.
Awesome.
Aurora, Magnus goes, come. He grabs you and tries to motion you backstage. Do you let him lead you?
I push him off. I walk by myself.
Okay, you push him off. Okay, he looks.
I keep my robots with me.
Okay, they go
in between us.
Okay, they float there. They turn on weapons. Okay, outside the crowd's going, whoa, wow. They're all clapping. They're like, whoa, wow. He pulls the hood down on the cloak. He goes, I'm sorry, Aurora. I'm sorry. I found it just at the last second. It was the Ballad of Indigo. I should have thought of it earlier. Okay, Aristodemos kind of looks slyly. He seems to get an amount of pleasure that you two are not getting along. Okay, he goes out. You hear him giving his final spiel. He goes, I'm sorry. I thought your performance was going very well.
You left me hooped.
I would never do that.
You did. I was out there, and then you came in, and I was doing fine without you, okay?
Well, of course. I wouldn't want to suggest
my robots are like, poop, poop, at him.
Okay, he's like, please, Aurora, I'm sorry. I did not mean to. I'm sorry. I should have come up with it earlier. I found it at the last second. I thought perhaps I would help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he looks down.
Your rhyming was okay, but just okay. Okay, she leaves.
Okay, Royd's like, all right. He gets the last stuff. Okay, Aristodemos says, all right, good night, we'll be back. Oh, everyone's clapping. Oh, they're going crazy. Despite the wonkiness of the show, Ruja, the crowd loved it. Everything was fine.
They always do.
You probably, the circus probably did pretty well making a good take. As much as people in the Outer Rims have. They don't have much, and it's even the pickpockets are getting pickpocketed. The people in Trade Town are just as proficient as your pickpockets, and so wealth was redistributed. Where it'll end up, who knows? But at least no one died. Okay, Aristodemos comes back. He says, "You." He points at Magnus. Magnus says, "Oh." He looks up. Your act needs work. Okay, he walks off. Magnus goes, oh. Okay, he sullenly walks off, sits by himself. Aristodemos says, pack everything up, let's go. And he storms out of the tent.
I thought we were staying here for a few days.
Apparently not.
Oh.
Okay, you see Lita comes out. You heard him. Pack everything up, let's go. Packing protocol. We move tonight. Okay, Ruja, you would hear that from the back, and you can see the signals of things being packed up. Apparently, Aristodemos doesn't want to stay here. Sometimes he does that. Probably because, again, wealth was just redistributed, not more to you the way it's supposed to be.
Right. Possibly that. Possibly all the mess-ups from today.
Possibly.
Possibly something to do with Royd. Possibly something to do with Magnus. Very sensitive fellow.
Indeed. Who, Aristodemos?
Yes.
Yes, you've noticed this, although many wouldn't believe it or
Right.
would have seen it either.
So Ruja will help pack up and start directing Letty in the right direction as well, finding her backstage, I guess.
Okay, you all go backstage. You're all backstage now together. Things are getting packed down. Magnus is sitting off by himself.
Can I come in and just be like, Magnus, that was awesome! You were there, and then you rhymed, and then the things happened, and I'm not really sure where it all came from, but man, boy, can you that.
Thank you, Riva. Thank you.
No, thank you. It was a great show. Oh man, imagine every new town, every same thing. You got something new? Tell me the secrets. I gotta know. Like I'm getting really into it. Like I'm fanboying a little bit. Like that was awesome.
Okay. You all right, Aurora? You see you see Cozy and Turk are getting their bikes out. Turk takes his helmet off, fixes his hair. Goes perfect like this. He goes, hey, he points at you, Aurora. I thought you were doing good.
Thanks.
He smiles. Cozy looks at him. He goes, what? I just tell you, just did it. Okay, they drive off.
It was a good act, both of you.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I don't know that Aurora, like, I didn't know that Magnus wasn't supposed to go on, right?
Nope.
Like, I have no idea. I just thought that's his act that he was doing, and then you were supposed Yeah, okay.
Okay, there's a weird emotion in the air. You're not really sure what's going on.
I thought it was I'm just like whoa. I'm just like gobsmacked with how amazing the show was.
Okay, Royd comes over to Magnus. He goes, yeah, really good job. He looks at Aurora. Says, yeah, it looks like your girlfriend over here thought it was really good. Magnus says, please, sir, I'm feeling badly enough. Please. Oh, yeah, you want to be the big illusionist? Your illusions were half rate. Where'd you learn it? From some kind of garbage heap? Please, sir.
Okay, Aurora walks over to Royd. Listen,
Okay.
You are no better. You almost killed Aristodemos, and you're drunk, and you're on drugs.
F off.
No.
Here, Magnus stands up.
Go somewhere else.
She told you to leave, sir. He looks at both of you. Magnus's energy starts crackling around his fingers. Crackle around his eyes a bit. Black energy comes out.
Okay, there's robots coming out of the ground.
Whoa!
Okay, suddenly the robots come flying up. He goes,
remember the rule about violence, you.
You all, he does 4 paces. He turns around. You all be out of here, all you assholes. You don't know anything. Aristodemos will chew you up and he'll spit you out. All those stupid drivers are stupid effing speeders too. All of you.
Okay, robot.
Okay, turns. He storms off. Okay, Magnus calms down. Says,
I dismissed the robots.
Okay, they teleport out.
I'm still annoyed at you. Okay, he walks away.